So a car came out of nowhere and nearly sideswiped you, and that's how you ended up in the Miller's lane. Is that all you remember, Josiah? Josiah? Josiah!
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Look, I know this is hard for you, but it's almost over. I just need you to focus a little bit longer, Josiah. Okay?
Yeah, yes. I got it.
Okay. Now, is there anything you remember about the other car?
No.
Look, I don't want any surprises. You need to tell me everything you told the police. If there's anything you did or said that night, let me know now. Otherwise, I won't be able to help you. Understand? I went through a lot of hoops trying to get your interview here rather than an interrogation room. All I need you to do is answer the questions asked. Now, are there any details that you can tell me about the other car? Color, size? Did they honk?
No, it all happened so fast and it was dark. I just didn't see it.
Good. Stick with that. It was dark and you didn't see the car. You don't want to give them too many details. Okay, how many beers did you have?
3 or 4.
Did they give you a sobriety test?
No.
Then you had no beers. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
She's almost here. Remember, don't say anything you haven't already told me. And don't smile. We don't want you to come off as smug. We want them to see that you've been suffering from this. You're affected by it. You're traumatized. You can't eat. You can't sleep. You're suffering. Now, is there anything I can bring you? Some water?
No, I'm fine.
She's here. Okay. You can do this. Just remember to focus.
Tyler, pleasure to see you again.
Detective, come on in. My client is in the dining room. If you'll follow me this way.
Thank you. Quite a lovely home you have here, Mr. Barinholt.
Thank you. My grandfather built it.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
No, they certainly don't.
Can I get you some water, Detective Briggs?
No, I'm good.
I must say it's really nice to see you out and about so soon after your operation.
Thank you. Well, we should get started. Don't want to keep you too long. As I mentioned to Miss Tyler, I needed to clarify some details about the night of September 3rd. I see here you refused to take a sobriety test. Is there any particular reason why?
Well, I'm sorry, I just didn't see the point. There were obviously more pressing matters to attend to.
Yes, there certainly were. Did you have anything to drink that night, Mr. Barinholt?
No.
In your own words, can you describe to me how the accident in question came about?
I was driving home.
Coming from where?
A friend's.
I'm sorry, is that any of your concern?
Continue.
I was driving home from a friend's, going down 225, when I heard a loud honk, and I saw a pair of headlights. They swerved into my lane, which knocked me into the other lane. I had a car coming from the opposite direction, and the next thing I remember, I was being pulled out of my car.
Did the first car hit you?
No.
Are you sure?
No, it just swerved into my lane.
Do you remember any details about the car?
No, it was dark and it happened so fast.
A green car came out of nowhere and sideswiped me, pushing me into the other lane. It wasn't my fault. Do you remember saying that, Mr. Barinholt?
You know, it happened so long ago. And as he said, it all happened so fast. I mean, surely he can't be expected to remember such details.
He certainly remembered them that night. Am I to assume that night's recalling of events were more accurate than today's? If so, I'm afraid it gets much worse. You see, there was no evidence of there being a third car. No third set of tracks, no scrapes of paint, nothing.
Okay, well, obviously I thought it hit me. I was confused that night and it was dark. I didn't...
You know, the boy had just been through a very serious accident and was confused about what he was saying. I mean, in the state he was in, it's safe to say he could have easily imagined impact. Now, if there's nothing else to take...
Actually, there is. You see, Mr. and Mrs. Miller didn't make it. They died within hours of each other early this morning. That means you're now looking at a vehicular manslaughter case.
What? How did you let this happen?
What about the little girl?
She continues to fight for her life, though she has no family to live for. She's an orphan now.
But what about me? What about this manslaughter charge? And they can't do this. Do something. What am I paying you for?
Josiah. Detective, Mr. Barinhold is obviously reeling from this horrendous news and is not himself right now. If we could just please have a moment.
Looks to me like he's more himself than ever. Using his notoriety to get him out of taking a sobriety test, having his high-priced lawyer keep him out of the interrogation room, throwing the blame on a made-up car. Do you really think that your money gives you a free pass to do whatever you want?
Detective Briggs!
I don't care who your family is or who they know. I'm going to be there to make sure that you pay for what you've done.
You can try as hard as you want, but I'm gonna walk because my family connections run far and deep.
I think we've answered all your questions, Detective. I'll show you to the door.
More than you know.